The King J back with another video. Everyone is hyped. Tekken 8 Season 3, back to basics. We don't know what could be happening right now. There's a whole character patch notes. We're in for the long ride of this. So make sure you go and get your popcorn, go get your drinks. We're going over all the character changes. It does look like there's a lot of changes, so yeah, make sure you tune in. But yeah, here we go. We're gonna get into it. The first things first, we're gonna go check out Alisa's one, right? So Alisa's one, from what I can see, all right, so they give changes as well, so like what their direction is. So Alisa is a character who excels at offense, utilizing destructive form, and has strong lateral movement. In version 3.0, we focus on expanding her roots into destructive form. Oh my goodness. Together, all right, I'm not gonna give my thought process now, I'll give it after, and I think that makes sense. Together with addition of new moves, these adjustments are intended to make it easier to build offensive pressure centered around destructive form. New move, up back one. This is a mid attack that can hit opponents who are down in transitioning into destructive form. It has a low risk on block, sounds like all of Alisa's moves, and on hit provides frame advantage that makes it easier to apply offense from her stance. It allows you to pressure the opponent wake up depending on the situation. New routes to destructive form. We have made it easier to transition to destructive form by allowing 1+2 to be input after a 4 or back to 4. The adjustment enables smoother transitions into the stance from multiple routes. Now, I have no idea why they would do that, but okay. Up back one is new move, add a new move shortcut. 4 1+2 now transitions into destructive form. The distance from the opponent on hit has been reduced. Back to 4 is back to 4 1+2 now transitions into destructive form. The distance from the opponent on hit has been reduced. During heat, 2+3 adjusted so that on whiff the move can no longer transition into boot, dual boot, or destructive form. 2-2 adjusted the starter frames of the second attack from 20 to 35 frames to 18 to 33 frames. Upward 3+4 adjusted the collision detection to mitigate the issue of swapping positions with the opponent in certain situations. During dual boot 3, expanded the hurt box, alleviated situations where certain attacks would whiff. During back up 1+2, fixed an issue where it was not possible to perform the move via buffered input after previous move had ended. Okay, now we're gonna move on to Armor King. So it's not that many changes. They gave Alisa some new moves. So these changes don't seem like they're as excessive as version 2.0. So we're gonna see what's going on here. Armor King. Armor King is a character who excels at mixing strikes and throws, with a neutral game focused on mid-range exchanges. In version 3.0, we have expanded his options primarily within air combos, while also adjusting the damage of existing moves and revisiting several frequently used techniques. New move, down back 3+4. Added a new move to supplement close range options. By taking advantage of his crouch status property, it allows for easier adaptation to the opponent's actions during close quarter engagements. Expansion of air combo variations. While maintaining the usability of the frequently used forward 3-2-1, adjustments have been made to make it easier to incorporate forward 1+2, down 3+4-1, and during bad Jaguar 2-3. These changes make it easier to choose routes based on the distance from the wall. Okay. So he's got a new move called Shadow Force. That's kind of crazy. We had a player before called Shadow Force. So that's interesting. Okay. They added that move down back 3+4. 3+4-1. The damage and the second hit has been decreased from 17 to 16. I don't know who cares about that. Forward 3-2-1. Changed the damage from 12, 13, 22 to 9, 12, 19. Okay, so that's I guess that's for the last hit. No, I don't really understand. Okay, the behavior of the opponent on hit or counter has been changed. Increase both characters' recovery time on block by 1 frame. So it probably gives like a bit of a block stun when you block that move. All 1+2, change the damage from 21 to 22, down 3+4-1, change the damage on the second hit from 12 to 13. During Bad Jaguar 2-3. The forward movement of the second hit has been increased to extend the reach of the attack. His heat fixed an issue where when a move hit near the wall, certain attacks from the opponent would be guaranteed. 3-4-1. Adjust the collision detection to mitigate the issue of swapping positions with the opponent in certain situations. Down 4-2. The character now turns towards the opponent on counter hit. Huh? Okay. I feel like that's like the old games. I feel like down 4-2 you could do that. Okay, fair enough. 4-4-4. Adjust the pushback interaction when absorbing an opponent's attack to reduce a situation where the opponent move would unintentionally whiff. While rising to, or during the counter hit thing where he does that one, the counter hit, it says fix any issue where it was not possible to perform a move via buffed input on whiff. Okay. Now we pray, because we now have Anna. This character is one of the main offenders of season 2. Now I want to know what is going on with Anna. The Armor King change, I'll be so real with you, that's just whatever. I feel like Armor King was pretty balanced. Like the only thing I felt like was a bit like, you know, a bit much was when he was able to pick you up and then do back 1-2 from anywhere. I still feel like that should have been against the wall. But now, like, you know, I feel like everyone's got some madness, and I feel like these changes are whatever. It's just, I don't think it's, yeah, it's whatever. I don't feel like Armor King is strong, but yeah, I think these changes are okay. Cool. I hope they're gonna address that Anna was, you know, busted in the game, but let's see. Moving on to Anna. Anna is a character who excels at mix-ups using mid and low attacks from crouching, as well as offense that takes advantage of the reach granted by her weapons. In version 3.0, we have added new moves to stabilize her post-air combo situations, while also revising certain moves whose performance was overly strong, adjusting the balance between risk and reward. New moves: 1-2 up forward 1+2, 2 up forward 1+2, and down forward 3-2 up forward 1+2. Added a new attack that can be used during air combos. I bet you it's something to do with a rocket launcher. Maybe she shoots you, or she jumps and shoots and it kind of makes you go up or something. I don't know. So it said it is designed with a focus of wall carry performance, making it easier to reliably reach the wall, even in situations where distance management during combos was previously difficult. Sorry? What? Anyways, the move also integrates smoothly into existing air combo routes, allowing for flexible choices depending on the situation. She got 2 new moves. Oh, okay. Down 1+2. This is the low attack with crouch status. Taking advantage of the range provided by her weapons, it has been added as a new move that can apply pressure from mid-range. What? It provides a new option for mid-range engagement, serving as both a poke and starting for a... You gave her a new move for a poke? For mid-range? What are you doing? Oh my... The game's gone, lads. The game's gone. 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 We have a revisions to existing moves. We have adjusted the performance of certain moves that previously offered disproportionately high reward, including while crouching down forward 2, as one of the main examples. Oh my goodness. Wait till you read Azu. I know they're buffing Azu. We're getting there though, don't worry. Okay, so she has down 1+2, which is a new move called Poker's Misfortune. 1-2 up forward 1+2, which is called left right fried love. 2 up forward 1+2, quick fried love. Down forward 3-2 up forward 1+2 called creep fried love. 2, the behavior on counter here has aligned that of normal attacks. Thank everything. Down forward 1-2-4, adjusted opponent's behavior on counter hit on the second hit to match that on normal hit. Okay. Adjusted opponent's behavior on the counter on third hit that match the normal hit. Okay, so it doesn't do anything. Okay, cool, sick. Okay, down back 4. Change the opponent's state on hit from standing to crouching. The behavior on counter has been aligned has been aligned to that of normal hits. 442, the behavior of the opponent on hit has been changed. While crouching down forward 1, the opponent's recovery time when blocking has been reduced by 2 frames, and the advantage on block has been changed from -10 to -12. Okay, that's a good one. The hitbox has been reduced. Fair enough. While crouching down forward 2, adjust the opponent's adjust the tracking and hit detection and made it easier to evade the lateral movement. Okay, we saw that in the trailer. During hammer chance, 1, increase the recovery time on whiff by 5 frames. During heat, up forward 3-1, and during heat, up forward 3-2. Fix the issue where if the first hit triggered a balcony break, the heat timer would be consumed. Full forward 3-3. Correct the time in which crouching status begins. It was incorrectly starting at 1 frame. It has now been changed to begin at 25 frames. During Chaos Judgment 3+4, adjusted the collision detection with the opponent to reduce the occurrence of whiffing certain moves. QCF1 adjusted the collision detection with the opponent to make it more difficult to slip under floating opponent by extending the collision reward. Okay. Asuka. Oh my goodness, this is another one of the main offenders. Whew. Asuka is a character who excels at mind games during reversal and status techniques, leveraging cancels and delaying to keep opponents guessing. In version 3.0, we reduce her overly high air combo damage and direct mix-up strength while making adjustments that allow her to better utilize the unique style of tactical exchanges that define Asuka's play. New move, up back 1+2. This is the mid attack that is effective at catching an opponent's sidestep to the left. It can be cancelled or returning into crouching, though its startup is somewhat slow. After the cancel, using back 1+3 or back 2+4 or back 4 helps suppress the opponent's attempts to retaliate, making it effective to then go for mix-ups with 1+2 or down 1+2 once they become hesitant to respond. You gave her more hesitant mind games. Behavior improvements. 442 now hits more reliably when the sidestep to the right. We have also resolved an issue where the axis would shift on hit, making it difficult to remain offensive pressure. Additionally, after counter hit with while crouching down 4-2, follow-up attacks now connect more consistently. Oh man, I'm kind of nervous, chat. I'm kind of nervous. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm kind of nervous. Okay, so she got a new move, up back 1+2, up back 1+2 down, up back 1+2 back, and it's called Momiji Oroshi. Down back 1+2, you can now gain Nano Augusta by inputting down back 1+2 and then press 1. Okay, so that's from the low parry thing where she hits. Okay, 1+4, 2 down, 4 down back. The full fit of White Heron lower dance can now be cancelled into crouch. Wow. 4-2, back 3 to adjust the opponent's behavior on down hit. Okay, down 1+2, change the damage from 20 to 17, reduce the opponent's recovery on hit by 8 frames. Ah, okay. So I don't know if you get 4-2 guaranteed at the wall. I thought you could, but if they added 8 frames, then maybe you don't. Down 3+4, change the damage from 520 to 515. Okay, 4-4-2, adjust the tracking performance to make it more likely to hit opponents sidestepping to the right. Running 1+2, change the damage from 27 to 24. Okay, while crouching down forward 3, hold. The startup of the attack has now been changed from 26 to 29 frames. Change the chip damage from 12 to 6. The distance between the player and opponent on block has been increased. During Nano Augusta up 1+2, the combo scaling on aerial hit has been changed from 50% to 40%. That's a buff. None of my business. During Nano Augusta running 1+2, change the damage from 30 to 26. 1+2 while rising 1, expanded the downward hitbox to reduce unintended whiffs on certain situations. While crouching 3+4 free. I don't know what that move is. Increase the distance from the opponent on the down hit with the first hit. Okay, I don't know what that move is. While crouching down forward 2, the distance from the opponent on counter hit has been reduced the opponent's recovery time on counter hit by 8 frames, and adjusted the frame advantage on counter hit from plus 25 frames to plus 17. Although moves with startup with 17 frames will still function as grounded combos, the displayed frame advantage of plus 25 made this interaction difficult to understand. It has been adjusted. Okay, I don't know. That sounded like a load of baloney. Azucena. All right, I heard Azucena is bad from the chat. So, I mean, like, she turned mad. Good, so. All right, we'll see it. All right, Azucena is a character who excels at applying pressure through tricky movement combined with stance transitions, keeping opponents off balance as she attacks. In version 3.0, we have expanded her offense options in neutral while also making adjustments to help her respond more effectively to the opponent's lateral movement. New move, during sidestep 4. Added a new low attack with counter hit status. What? Added a new low attack with crouch status. You don't want to let Azucena go into crouch status. What are you doing? Anyways, I'll read that one more time. Added a new low attack with crouch status that can... No, wait, we have to talk about this. Azucena having crouch status, she has a safe move that is plus on block when she does while standing free. And she has a new... bro, come on, man. Anyways, all right, one more time, off the top. Added a new low attack with crouching status that can be performed from a sidestep. By leveraging its transition into a crouch state, it more easily leads into follow-ups such as while rising 1, which is safe by the way, as well as offensive options as while rising 3 and while crouching down forward 4. And that's what I was thinking about. You don't want to do that. That's going to be a problem. Addition to tools to suppress lateral movement, adjust the tracking of 4 and forward 3 to make them more effective against opponents' lateral movement. Additionally, the startup of forward 3 has been revised, making it easier to use as a defensive counter-attack in certain situations. So during sidestep 4 is a new move added, mowing kick. 4, they've adjusted the tracking performance. Forward 3, the startup attack has now changed from 18 frames to 17 frames. Adjust the tracking performance to make it more likely to hit opponents sidestepping to the right. The attack hitbox has been reduced to mitigate the unintended occurrence of hitting opponents who are behind you. Forward 1+2, the behavior of the opponent on hit has been altered to allow Okazemi. Down forward 1-4, 1-2, the opponent's behavior on the opponent on hit has been altered to allow for ground combo. What do you mean by that? Is that a spike? Is that a spike? What do you mean? I don't know what that means. I hope that doesn't mean it's a spike. 3-2. The behavior of the opponent on counter has been altered to allow a ground combo. This sounds like a spike. 3-2. Yeah, so we've done that one. Full forward 4. Change damage from 21 to 15. So she's being buffed like crazy. During heat, expanded her box. Okay, no, that usual. During heat, back 1, 1, 2 forward. During heat, back 2 forward. During heat and Libertador 1, 2 forward. Enhanced tracking on both hit and block, fixing an issue where transitioning into Libertador could cause the opponent to turn away from opponent. Libertador 1+2 to reduce the instances where the move would cause the character to be back turn position on ground hit. The move tracking after activation has been strengthened. 4-4-4-3 plus 4-4-4-3-2. The tracker capability on second hit has been enhanced, mitigating the occurrence of whiffing midway through. Down forward 4, the attack hitbox has been reduced to mitigate the unintended occurrence of hitting opponents behind you. They gave us spikes. JX Briggs, thanks, JX Briggs, thank you very much for the prime. Appreciate you, man. Big love, man. Enjoy the emails, enjoy the streams. All right, Bryan. All right, listen to me. Listen, I know we're not even halfway through. I was gonna say something. It's exactly what I thought this was gonna be. It's exactly what I thought this was gonna be. And yeah, I'm not even surprised. Bryan. Now he's a main offender too, so I need to see what they're doing. Bryan is a character who excels at restricting the opponent's movement with strong pressure tools, while aiming for counter hits by timing his responses to the opponent's retaliation. In version 3.0, we have adjusted moves, particularly those that gain properties while holding snake eyes, to better balance their risk-reward, refining his overall set of neutral game options. New move, during sidestep 2-1. Made it possible to cancel the second hit when performing during sidestep 2-1 back, allowing easier adaptation based on the situation. This adjustment makes it more practical option to incorporate into neutral play. Anyways, let me just get into the moves, man. Sidestep 2-1. Second hit can now be cancelled with during sidestep 2-1 back. Reduce the recovery of the first hit by 4 frames, increasing the frame advantage on hit from +1 to +5. Reduce the opponent's recovery on block for the first attack by 4 frames. There is no change to the frame advantage. Reduce the input window of the second hit by 3 frames. Modify the opponent's behavior on block of second hit, changing the frame advantage on block from -5 to -9. Reduce the distance to the opponent on block for the second hit. Down 4, adjusted the collision detection, reducing the distance between the characters on block and hit. Adjusted the hurt box and the distance from the opponent on block to reduce situations where characters' attacks would unintentionally whiff. Down 3, 1+2. The behavior of the opponent on counter has changed. Back 4, modify the opponent's behavior when hit from behind. Okay, so you might not be able to get the knee. That might be a gone. Up, forward 1. Adjusted the opponent's behavior on downward hit. Don't know what that means. Up, forward 2, 2, 2, 2, 3. Adjusted so that when the first or second hit lands as a front facing or side hit, the opponent now turns to face the attacker. Okay. Taunt. Increase the distance from when the opponent. Wait. Increase the distance from the opponent on a downward hit. What? Remove the special extended input buffer window that made during heat 2+3 easier to connect as multiple hits. So you buffed taunt. You buffed taunt. You buffed taunt. Alright. During sidestep 1, the behavior on opponent on hit has been changed. I don't know what that means, but man, okay. During Snake Eyes 4, 2, 1, 2, 3, 2, the consumption remaining on heat has been changed from -150 to 210. Recovery on the third hit on block or whiff has been increased by 5 frames, and the frame advantage on block has been changed from -2 to -7. The opponent's recovery when blocking the full hit has been reduced by 7 frames, and the frame advantage on block has been changed from -3 to -10. The frame recovery when blocking the fifth hit has been reduced by 3 frames, and the frame advantage on block has been changed from -10 to -13, which is good. That's a good one. Reduce the distance to the opponent on block for the 5th attack. Reduce the hitbox on the 4th and 5th attacks only when the opponent is behind the character, mitigating cases where these attacks would unintentionally hit opponent's position to the rear. Oh man. Okay. All right. So during Snake Eyes, up forward 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3. Adjust this so that the first and second hit lands as a front facing, a side hit. The opponent now turns to face the attacker. Increase the distance between the opponent and the attacker when the 6th hit connects as an air hit. So you didn't change the fact that when you do up forward 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 4, it now scoots them in the air. You didn't change that? Oh my goodness. During Snake Eyes 4, 4, 1+2, the consumption of remaining heat has been changed from -240 frames to -300 frames. Change the chip damage on block from 14 to 10. Drew Snake Eyes time with opponent's attack 4-4 1+2. The behavior of the opponent on hit has been changed. The consumption of remaining heat has been changed from -240 frames to -300 frames. During Sliver Step, which is probably QCF 1+2, change the damage from 28 to 23. Chip damage on block has been removed. It's still safe. It's still safe. What? No, it's not still safe. I can't believe it. Forward 3, the attack hitbox has been reduced to mitigate the unintended occurrence of hitting opponents who are behind you. Down forward 4. The hitbox has been expanded downward, alleviating instances of whiffing for certain moves. While rising 2, fixed an issue where the move incorrectly transitioned into throw on an air hit. During Sliver Step 4-1, adjusted the collision detection to mitigate the issue of swapping positions with the opponent in certain situations. So they didn't change the frames on QCB1. And QCF 1+2 is still safe. Oh my gosh, man. All right, Claudio, another main offender. Claudio is a character who controls neutral game with strong mid and high range tools, while applying distinctive offense through the use of Starburst. In version 3.0, system-wide adjustments made it more difficult to maintain. In version 3.0, system-wide adjustments made it more difficult to maintain Starburst. So a new move has been added that allows him another option to gain Starburst. Additionally, we have adjusted the feel and usability of his core moves to help him better showcase his unique characteristics. Sorry. Oh, this is making my day. I told you I'm playing Street Fighter 6 as well, man. So I don't have to do this another year, man. I'll be so real. Anyways, up forward 2 is a new move, right? Oh, up back 2. So what's the move where he goes yeehaw? What's the yeehaw move? Is that not up back 2? I'm sure yeehaw is up back 2, no? Oh, no. The kind of like +4 move. Wait, was that up forward 2? Oh, so he has a. So you could do up back 2 up. I remember using that move and doing up back 2. So now you have to use up forward 2. Oh man, nice. If they don't nerf that move, I am telling you now, I am going to play Alex in Street Fighter 6, and I'm going to pursue my career in Street Fighter 6. I promise you. I'm telling you from now. I haven't read it, and listen, this might be a crash out, but if they do not change up forward 2 and it's still plus like that, I am changing games. I will still play Tekken, but I am not competing for this. Like, I probably might go a few tournaments here and there, but I am not taking this serious. If they do not change up forward 2, I promise you, I am telling you, listen to me, chat. I am not joking, I'm talking to you, yeah? If they don't change up forward 2, I am changing games. It's not a joke, I promise you. Let's go, straight up. All right, revisional core moves. Adjustments were made to forward 3+4 to improve the usability, as the situations in which it could be applied were previously quite limited. Additionally, because Claudio is a character who primarily relies on mid and high range attacks, we have revised the low attack during sidestep 4, which tended to overly restrict the opponent's options in certain situations. Alongside these changes, several of other moves that had notable effects in specific scenarios have also been reviewed to maintain overall balance. Oh my goodness. Okay, so new move, up back 2. Forward 3+4, adjusted opponent's behavior on block and changed the frame of edge on block from -8 to -4. Now deals chip damage on block. Adjusted the tracker performance to make it more likely to hit opponent sidestepping to the right. Distance from the opponent on hit has been reduced. Change the opponent's behavior on aerial hit. Up forward 2. I'm not there. I had enough. That's it. I had enough. I tried to tell you, I tried to give you the benefit of the doubt. There is no way. This is still +4. There is no way. Didn't change it. It's like he's changing. Oh my gosh. He didn't change the frames. All right. Up forward 2. The startup attack has been changed from 21 to 22 frames to 21 frames. Expanded the attack on the hitbox downward. As a result of the above adjustments, the move is now easier to evade with lateral movement. Still +4. Down forward 3-1. The opponent's recovery when blocking has been reduced by 2 frames. The advantage on block has now been changed from -12 to -14. That's a good change. Back 3-3. Increase recovery on block on block and whiff by 2 frames. Adjusting the frame advantage on block from -10 to -12. Back 2+3. Reduced the tracking. During sidestep forward, the behavior on Kane has been aligned with that of normal hits. Oh, it doesn't knock down no more. Okay, that's good. That's cool. Up forward 3+4 2. Enhance the tracking on the second hit when it connects as an air hit. Reduces instances where the third hit would whiff. Yeah, you gotta be joking. Is that the only changes you got? There's no way. No. Wait. That can't be the only changes. Are we being serious here? Is that the only change? All right, man. All right, Clive is a character who dominates mid and long range combat with his far-reaching weapon attack and a wide variety of techniques that draw upon his dominant power. He's dominant power. Yeah, he's dominant, all right. His playstyle is defined by the use of his unique Zanetsuken. We've made an overall balance adjustments to the character, including changes to his Zanetsuken. Along with adding new abilities, we also revisited and revised some techniques that previously offered exceptionally high performance. Up back 2 or on hit or block 2. We've added a new technique that recreates the Wicked Wheel from the original game. This move has a unique property. When the opponent blocks it, they are knocked back significantly, creating distance. You made Clive had more distance on block. Oh, whoa. All right, man, all right. By taking advantage of this property, Clive can shift the situation from point-blank range to mid-range combat where he excels. Exactly. You've just given him another tool to push back and then do back 2. I can't believe this is insane. Improved Zanetsuke gauge management. We've increased the amount of Zanetsuke gauge gained for several gauge building actions, specifically 1-1-2, 4-4-2, and while rising 1-2. This adjustment is aimed at allowing players to accumulate gauge more smoothly. Additionally, the damage values from Zanetsuke level 3 for level 3 through 5 have been adjusted to align with the change of gauge gain. Okay. Up forward 2 on hit or block 2 is add a new move, Wicked Wheel. During Phoenix Shift forward 4, Giga Flare can now be performed with during Phoenix Shift approach opponent up forward 1+2. During heat, 2+3. Opponent's recovery time when blocking has been reduced by 3 frames. And advantage on block has changed from +8 to +5. 1-2 increase Zanetsuken gauge on hit from 15 to 20. They buff Clive. They buff Clive's gauge. 15 to 20 is pretty significant. Two. The opponent's recovery time when blocking has been increased by 2 frames, and the advantage on block has changed from -9 to -11, as it should. 2, 1+2. Recovery time reduced by 4 frames, changing the frame advantage on block from -13 to -9. The startup of the attack has been changed from 27 frames to 28 frames, 27 to 28 frames to 27 frames. Time of which the attack, the third hit can be activated has been delayed by 2 frames. 1+2 to make the move easier to evade lateral movement. We reduce the hitbox size by weakening its tracking when the opponent is standing or crouching. Back to recovery time on block was reduced by 2 frames. Changing the frame advantage on block from -4 to -6 and from +6 to +4 when transitioning into Phoenix Shift. Forward 2. Increase Zanetsuken gauge gain on hit from 20 to 25. Running 2. The opponent's recovery time when blocking has been reduced by 6 frames. Changing the advantage on block from +14 to +8. While rising 1-2, increased the Zanetsuken gauge gain on hit from 20 to 25. You could just play the update now. No. I want to read this. I want to read through the patch notes. But yeah, it's better this way because I'm doing a video right now talking about it. While crouching down forward 2, the opponent's recovery time when blocking has been reduced by 1 frame, and advantage of block has been changed from -12 to -13. During Phoenix Shift 2, the opponent's recovery time when blocking has been reduced by 2 frames, and the advantage of block has changed from -7 to -9. During Phoenix Shift 3, during hit 1+2, the change of damage from 8, 10, 18 to 8, 12, 20. You're buffing Clive. What are you doing? Clive with level 3 or higher Zanetsuken 1+4. Change damage from 55 to 48. When used during Phoenix Shift, the damage has been reduced from 43 to 38. With level 4 or higher Zanetsuken gauge, change the damage from 65 to 58. Note, when used during Phoenix Shift, damage is changed from 53 to 48. With level 5 or higher Zanetsuken gauge, they change the damage from 80 to 75. When used with Phoenix Shift, the damage is changed from 68 to 63. Okay, Rage with Clive. When Rage Art with Clive, we fixed the issue. The follow-ups inputs could not buffered after hit. 4-2-1, 4-2-2, 1+2. Only when the second hit lands, the tracking of the third hit has been improved to mitigate instances where it would whiff partway through. Wow. They basically buff Clive in a nutshell. Yes, his damage has gone down a little bit, but yeah, I don't know why they added that. Okay. Devil Jin. Is he low tier still? Devil Jin is a character with high execution difficulty, yet he could easily apply mix-ups using mid or low attacks stemming from the Wind God Step. In version 3.0, we've made adjustments to improve the consistency of his air combos and to make it easier for players to create and capitalize situations to aim for. New move is While Rising 1-4. We've brought back the Twin Revival, a move that previously appeared in Tekken 7, which is a While Rising attack with a 30 frame startup that knocks down an opponent, making it useful to mix after blocking certain moves. So he has now they gave him a 14 frame while standing launcher, and now they gave him a 13 frame. Nice. Right, so I don't even want to read all that. I want to see what's going on. So forward 3, down forward 2, up forward 1, down forward 1-4, back forward 2-3, while rising 1-1, while rising 1-2, while rising 3. We have strengthened the track when transitioning into Morning Crow. Up 1+2, expand the attack hitbox downward. Up forward 1, while rising 1/1. Damage dealt on hit changed so that it no longer recoverable damage. Okay. Up forward 3, change the behavior of the opponent on hit has been modified, changing the frame advantage on hit from +7 to +13. Okay. Jump status frames has been adjusted from 9 to 32 frames to 9 to 28. While rising 3, you can now use the move with forward, down, forward 3+4, forward, down, forward 3+4. During Morning Crow 4-1, during Fly 4-1, expanded the attack hitbox downward. During Rage, we fixed the issue where follow-up inputs could not be buffered after the move hit. Back forward 2-1 for 1+2. We shortened the input window of the forfeit by 2 frames to prevent cases where the opponent would behave unexpectedly on airborne hit. During hit, 4 piano 3 1+2. During heat, back forward 2-1 for 1+2. During heat, crouch dash 1+2 1+2. Forward 2-4, he's 10-hit combo. Down back 1+4. Reduce the hitbox when the opponent is behind, reducing instances where the attack would unintentionally hit opponents from behind. Back 1-2, the opponent's behavior on side or back hits was corrected, as there were cases where the move would fail to hit consistently under certain conditions. Back 2-3, the tracking ability of the second hit has been enhanced on hit and or block of the first attack. Full forward 4, change so that the opponent will now face the forward on counter hit. Crouch dash 4 1+2. The issue was fixed where the move would hit near the wall. The opponent would collide with the wall in a way that prevented follow-ups. Crouch dash 1+2. Hitbox has been expanded downward, alleviating instances where the attack would miss in certain situations. During Morning Crow 1, adjust the collision detection to mitigate the issue of swapping positions with the opponent in certain situations. During Morning Crow 2, the hitbox around the main body has been expanded to alleviate issues of whiffing at close range. During Morning Crow 3, adjust the collision detection to mitigate issues of swapping positions with the opponent in certain situations. During Morning Crow 4 to 1+2, same thing. During Sidestep 2, adjust the collision detection with the opponent to make it easier on hit. Yeah, I don't know what to say. I thought they were gonna buff him, to be fair. Okay, Dragunov, let's just get straight into the moves. So he has up forward 1, which is a new move called Hunter Hook. 3+4, you can now use the move while crouching 3+4, or you can now use the move while rising 3+4. Time with opponent's low attack down 1+2, you can now use the move during steep down back 1+2. For 1, you increase recovery time on whiff by 3 frames, forward 1+2. The start of the attack has now been changed from 17 to 18 frames to 16 to 17 frames. Okay, the forward movement has been increased to extend the reach of the attack. So something like Heihachi's 4-4-2, you can do forward 1+2 now. So they've made it a consistent punish for that. It would seem. While crouching down forward 1 during hit 4, reduce the distance of the opponent on block for the first attack. The tracker of the first hit was strengthened on grounded hit. Reducing the cases where the second hit would whiff. The hitbox of the first hit was reduced to mitigate cases where it would unintentionally strike opponents but position behind. During Rage, an issue was fixed where follow-up inputs could not be buffered after the move hit. 1-3-1, the hitbox around the main body has been expanded to alleviate issues whiffing at close range. Back 3, the hitbox has been expanded downward, alleviating instances where the attack would miss in certain situations. 4-4-2 1+2, an issue where the throw break input window had become shorter than intended was corrected. During opponent's wall stun 4-4-4-4, an issue was fixed where follow-up attacks would fail to connect specifically against Fahkumram. While rising 1-2, the attack hitbox has been reduced, mitigated unintended occurrence of hitting opponents who are behind you. While rising 2, the hitbox has been expanded, alleviating instances where the attack would miss in certain situations. Eddy Gordo. All right, now I'm just gonna go straight into the moves. I'm not going into the whole, brief summary. So during negativa 4, 1 plus 2, during negativa 4, 1 plus, during negativa 4, 3 plus 4, during negativa 4, 3 plus 4 forward. A new move is called Chibata Avalanche. During heat 3 plus 4, the opponent's recovery time when blocking has been reduced by 4 frames, and the advantage on block has been changed from +9 to +5. Sick. While at Mandinga level 1 and Bananera 3 plus 4, the opponent's recovery time when blocking has been reduced by 1 frame, and the advantage on block has been changed from -13 to -14. Sick. And then level 2 of that, the opponent's recovery time when blocking has been reduced by 1 frame, and the advantage on block has been changed from -13 to -14. Change the damage from 16,630 to 16,624. And then while at Mandinga level 1 and Bananero back 4 and level 2, the opponent's recovery time when blocking has been reduced by 2 frames, and the advantage on block has been changed from +7 to +5. Change the damage from 25 to 23 frames. During negativa 1-3, the advantage, adjusted the startup of the first attack from 17 frames to 14 frames. Whoa, so it's quicker. Modify the opponent's reaction on counter hit for the second hit to improve for follow-up opportunities. During sidestep 3, the behavior of the opponent counter hit has been changed. Down to 3, the tracking capability of the first hit has been enhanced, mitigating the occurrence of whiffing partway through. During negative or 1 plus 2, expand the hurt box, alleviating situation where certain attacks would whiff. He got let off lightly. That character got let off lightly. Oh my days. He got let off lightly. So the new move for Fahkumram, we're on Fahkumram now. Fahkumram has a new 2-hit attack that triggers airborne tornado state. The hitbox of the first hit was set low, making it easier to use as an option to quickly confirming an airborne tornado in sudden situations. Okay, so he's got like a quick tornado move. So up forward 3 plus 4 is his new move called Twin Knee Barrage. Full forward 4-1, the behavior on counter hit has been changed. Down 4, successfully landing a counter hit with this move will now grant Gerudo Force. The opponent's behavior during trade situations was changed. Up forward 3, reduced the attack hitbox, making it easier to evade sidesteps. Rama stance. The stance was made cancelable with down back as well. Oh wow. Or 3-1, the opponent's behavior on counter hit of the first hit was adjusted, reducing cases where the second hit would whiff. Full forward 4, adjust the collision detection to mitigate the issue of unintentionally being able to evade an opponent's attacks. 3 piano 4-3, etc. Tornado attack, tornado kick hold with Gerudo Force or tornado kick hold. Reduce the hitbox when the opponent is behind, reducing instances where the attack would unintentionally hit opponents from behind. Kick with Gerudo Force during tornado kick down, hold down. It's the same thing. Okay, Fahkumram looks a bit scary. Down 4 counter hit might be a bit of a problem. Okay, so that's the only changes. Oh wow. Okay. So he doesn't have much changes. Okay, Feng. All right, so Feng, shifting clouds. You can now perform back-facing opponent 3 plus 4. Heat burst can now be performed with 2 plus 3 when heat activation is available during shifting clouds. Okay. Yinglong mounting crusher can now be performed with 2 plus 3 during shifting clouds in heat. Kunlan avalanche can now be performed with up forward 1 plus 2 when approaching the opponent during shifting clouds. During heat, back 4, 3 plus 4 has now changed damage from 10 to 23 to 10 to 20. 4 piano 3, the opponent's recovery time when blocking has been increased by 4 frames, and the advantage on block has been changed from -7 to -3. Okay. Back 4, the distance from the opponent on block has been reduced. Fix the issue where distance from the opponent became unintentionally greater on counter hit. Down back 2-2-2, increase the recovery time of the first hit by 4 frames. Adjusted the frame advantage of block from -11 to -15 and from 0 to -4 on hit. Okay, increased the recovery time increased the recovery time of the third hit by 6 frames and adjusted frame advantage on block from -8 to -14. Oh wow, that's a big nerf. Why did they do that? It wasn't that bad. 360 Clouds 2. The opponent's recovery time when blocking has been increased by 3 frames, and the advantage of block has changed from -3 to 0. When transitioning it to back state, the frame advantage was changed from 0 to +3. They're making Feng into a back turn character. That's what they're doing. I can see this now. Back 1, expanded the hurt box, alleviating situations where certain attacks would whiff. They're making Feng into a back turn character. I can see it. Okay. So, Heihachi, let me just see what a new move is. The new move, a new holdable mid attack, up forward 1+3, was added. On counter, it allows 4 break to be triggered. Although the move can be held to introduce mind game potential, proper use requires evaluating the opponent's actions and surrounding situations. Oh my, they gave they gave him a mid move that could do instant floor break. Oh man, hey, yeah man, hey, the game's gone, man. The game's gone. So up back 1+2, up back 1+2 hold. It's called Genkotsu Crusher. During heat 2+3, adjust the opponent's behavior on hit so that it no longer triggers wall splat. 2-2, change the opponent's behavior on block, altering their state from crouching to standing. Adjusted the collision detection with the opponents to reduce the occurrence of whiffing certain moves. Running free, change the chip damage on block from 12 to 9. What? Heihachi's running free was 12. What? I didn't know that. Why was he running free ever 12? Up forward 3 on hit or block. During Wind God's Kame 3 on hit or block 4. Hitbox has expanded downward, alleviating instances of whiffing of certain moves. During Spinning Demon 3, this is where the opponent could unnaturally quickly crouch to evade the subsequent high attack after blocking has been corrected. Wow. Approach opponent up forward 1-4. An issue has been fixed where the heat timer will not remain paused during throws. An issue was fixed where damage scaling would sometimes be applied where the stage gimmick was triggered during headbutt clash. So you're meaning to tell me they buffed Heihachi. What? Why would you do that? What's... Why? Wait. Talk to me. Chat. On both sides, YouTube and Twitch right now. What's going on? Why would they buff Heihachi? They didn't even touch Warrior Instinct? Okay. Hwoarang. They gave him a new move during left flamenco, 1+2 4. A new move usable from left flamenco was added. It allows air combos to be extended into floor-based stage gimmicks. And it expands to the available combo routes that utilize both right flamenco and left flamenco, enabling more situational appropriate selection. During left flamenco 1+2 4, they added a new move, spinning axe combo. Down 3+4 can now be performed with down back 3+4, expanding the hurt box, alleviating situations where certain attacks would whiff. Down back 3+4, input change to back 2+3. Okay. During heat 2+3, adjust the opponent's behavior on hit so that it no longer triggers wall splat. Back 1, the opponent's recovery time when blocking has been increased by 1 frame, and the advantage on block has been changed from -14 to -15. Okay, that's good. While rising 2-3, damage of the first attack has been changed from 8 to 12. What? Wait a minute. You did what? Why are you buffing while staying 2-3? During right stance 3 piano 4, increase the recovery time on whiff by 3 frames. Adjust opponent's behavior on block. 1-2 forward 4, 2 forward 4. The damage on the mid-air hit has been adjusted from 23 frames to 20. This change aims to correct the discrepancy between the damage on mid-air hits and ground hits. 3 forward 4 during left Flamengo 3 forward 4. The damage on the ground hit has been adjusted from 20 to 23. This change aims to correct the discrepancy between the damage on ground hits and mid-air hits. During right stance 3-4, the phenomenon where the opponent can unnaturally quickly crouch to evade the subsequent high attack after the second hit has been corrected. During left Flamengo forward 3, the pushback interaction was adjusted when the move was absorbed by the opponent's power crush, reducing cases where the opponent's attack would whiff. During right Flamengo up 4, an issue where the reach would become shorter depending on the input timing when transitioning into right Flamengo was fixed. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. All right, so Jax, what's going on vibes with Trey? I have no idea. New moves, back 3+4. A new mid that is easy to use at close range was added. On hit, approach crouching opponent down 1+3. Or approaching opponent crouching down 1+4 will now connect with as guaranteed follow-ups with his new move. This gives Jack an additional option that can select flexibility in close range situation. All right, cool. So he's got a new move, back 3+4. During heat, 3+4. Opponent now faces forward on side hit. Modifies the opponent's behavior when hit from the back. 1-1, 4-1. The behavior opponent on counter hit has changed. Modify the opponent's behavior when hit from the back. I bet you counter hit knocks them down or something like that, or give them something guaranteed. 3 down. The recovery time when transitioning into Gamma How was reduced by 1 frame. 1+2. The hitbox has been expanded downward, alleviating instances where the attack would miss in certain situations. 1+2. Expanded the hitbox of the first and second hit, increasing their reach. The distance to the opponent upon the first hit has been reduced. Reduce the distance between the opponent on block for the second attack. Forward 3+4. Reduce the recovery time when transitioning into Gamma How with forward 3+4 down 1 by 4 frames. The opponent's behavior on hit and the opponent's behavior on side and back hits was unified with that of forward 3+4 down, as differences had existed between them. Down forward 4, the distance from the opponent on counter has been reduced. Down 1+2, the distance on the opponent on block has been reduced. Down back 2 hold, reduced the startup by 1 frame. Back 1+2, expanded the hurt box, alleviating situations where certain attacks would whiff. Up forward 3, the recovery time when transitioning into Gamma How on hit was reduced by 17 frames. Full forward 1+2, the opponent recovery time when blocking has been increased by 2 frames. And advantage on block has been changed from -11 to -9. You made 4-4-1 +2 into this safe. Okay. Down forward 1-1, enhancing the track hit of the first hit when it lands on the ground or is blocked, reducing the instances where the second hit would whiff. Down forward 1+4 or debug. The hitbox around the main body has been expanded to alleviate issues of whiffing at close range. Running 1+2, adjusted collision detection with the opponent to make it easier to hit. While running 3, unifying the tracking on 3 as it previously deferred. During Gamma How 3 down 1, during Gamma How 3 down, unified the recovery time with 4-4-3 down as it previously deferred. During Gamma How forward 2, enhance the tracking on the third hit when it connected or is blocked, reducing instances where the fourth hit would whiff. Approach opponent from side 1+3 or 2+4. An issue where the timing for transitioning into the throw break animation was delayed when a throw is broken was corrected. Yeah, I don't know what to say, man. I don't know what to say. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I am at the stage where I am sitting here and I'm like, yo, what is going on here? But all right, cool. All right, we're going for Jin. Jin has a new move. The Jin's new move is a mid-attack usable during heat was added. This move is intended to broaden Jin's offensive options while in heat state. Why did he need that? Anyways, during heat, 2+3/4 adjusted the opponent's behavior on hit so that it no longer triggers wall splat. Reduce the hitbox only when the opponent is behind. Reduce the instances where the attack would unintentionally hit opponents behind you. Change the damage from 48 to 50. Okay, I guess that's because of the wall splat thing. Okay, full forward 1+2 during heat. The startup of the attack has now changed from 25 to 27 frames to 21 to 23. The consumption of remaining heat has been changed from -300 frames to -240 frames. You're buffing Jin. During Devil Step 1, the opponent's recovery time when blocking has been increased by 4 frames, and the advantage on block has been changed from -13 to -9. During Devil Step 2, the distance from the opponent on block has been reduced. 2-1-4. Reduce the distance between the characters on first hit, whether it connects or is blocked. Reduce the instances where the second hit would whiff. Modify the opponent's reaction on counter hit or for the third hit. 2-4. Change the opponent's behavior on aerial hit. Okay, so that hopefully it doesn't do strong aerial spin. Down 2. The opponent's behavior on counter hit has been changed. Down 3+4. Increase the distance from the opponent on a down hit with the first hit. Down back 2-2-3. Increase the distance from the opponent on a down hit with the first hit. During Zanshin 1+2, the opponent's behavior on the hit was changed so that the wall stagger is no longer triggered. Okay, cool, sick. During heat 2+3, 1-2, 1-3-4, 3-1-4, back forward 2-1-2. Reduce the hitbox when the opponent from behind. Reducing instances where the attack would unintentionally hit opponents behind you. 1+2. As there were cases where consecutive hits would fail to connect consistently under certain conditions. Let me read that again from the top. Sorry, bro. I've been reading so much. 1 second. As there were cases where the consecutive hits would fail to connect consistently under certain conditions for side and back hits, opponent's behavior was corrected. Increase the distance from the opponent on a down hit with the first hit. Down 4. The hitbox has been expanded downward, alleviating instances where the attack would miss in certain situations. Okay. Jun Kazama. A new move is 3-1. A new fast starting move suitable for use as a guaranteed punish was added. On hit, it allows recoverable health to be restored and increases Kazama's essence. Because it can also trigger an airborne tornado, it was designed to make situational judgment and reward selection easier. Okay, 3-1 is the new move called Shion Hanagi. 3, change damage from 20 to 14. Behavior opponent on hit has changed. Reduced hitbox. Changed the opponent's behavior on aerial hit. Adjusted the opponent's behavior on block. And changed the frame of advantage on block from -13 to -10. The distance from the opponent on block has been reduced. 1+2. Previously, this move dealt 0 damage, but it now deals 5 recoverable damage. This move cannot KO. Down forward 1-1. Increase the opponent's recovery time on hit by 3 frames and change the frame of advantage on hit from +2 to +5. The distance from the opponent on hit has been reduced. Down 3+4 has been changed from 520 to 515. Down back 2, the change the damage from 15 to 17. Back 4-2. The behavior of the opponent on hit has been changed. Back 3+4. The startup of the attack has been changed from 28 to 29 to 20 to 22 to 23. The distance from the opponent on block has been reduced. During sidestep 4, the distance from the opponent on block has been reduced. During Izumo 1-1, the behavior of the opponent on hit has been changed. Change the opponent's behavior in aerial hit. Up 1+2. An issue was fixed where the move could be performed with unintentional commands in specific situations. All rising 2-2. When the second hit had already been buffered, the opponent's behavior on hit of the first hit was made consistent with that of the normal hit. No, in accordance with this change, the input window for the second hit was shortened by 2 frames, while rising 3+4 3. Increase the distance from the opponent on down hit with the first hit. Jun, while crouching down 4-2, the opponent's recovery on counter hit was reduced by 4 frames, changing the frame advantage on counter hit from plus 18 frames to plus 14 frames. Although moves with startup of 14 frames will connect as grounded combos, the adjustments was made because of the display value of plus 18 was misleading. During Izumo 4, during hit 1, enhanced the tracking only on hit of the first hit, reducing instances where the second hit would whiff. Yeah, I know that I could see the changes now, but I'm just reading them out. Yeah, I'm just reading them out because I'm doing a video. So I'm just reading out everything and then I'm going to go into the changes afterwards. All right, Kazuya. Kazuya has a new move which is 1-1-2 down, or you could usually during devil form 1-1-2 forward would cause Kazuya and the opponent to switch positions on activation, which could force him into disadvantageous orientations depending on the situation. To address this behavior, a new move was added that allows the attack to be performed without switching sides of the opponent. So now he can now do 1-1-2 down, which is cool. That's cool. Down back to the start up of the attack has changed from 20 to 18 frames. The behavior on a counter hit has been changed. The opponent's behavior on block has been changed, setting their state from crouching to standing, and the frame advantage on block was adjusted from -9 to -4. Upward 4-4-4-4-4. Increase the distance for the opponent on the down hit. Increase the distance from the opponent on down hit with the first hit. Okay. During sidestep 4-1, reduce the recovery by 1 frame on hit. Down forward 1, down forward 2. During all combos at extremely close range, reduce the forward movement in order to alleviate an issue where the positional relationship with the opponent becomes different than intended when used near the wall. Down forward 2, the hitbox has been expanded downward, alleviating instances of whiffing certain moves. Down forward 3-1. What is that move? Down forward. Oh, the knee 1. Okay. Adjusted the opponent's behavior on back hit of the first hit, reduce the instances where the second hit would whiff. Down forward 3. Hitbox has been expanded downward, alleviating instances where the attacks would miss on certain things. Back 1-2. Enhanced the tracking of the first hit where it connects, reducing instances where the second hit would whiff. While rising 1-2. Enhanced the tracking of the first hit when it connects, reducing instances where the hit would whiff. Devil form crouch dash 1. Devil form crouch dash 4-1-1. An issue was fixed where the heat timer would not recover when certain gimmicks were triggered on hit. Crouch dash 4. Expand the hitbox on block, reduce the instances where the attack would whiff. No idea. Now, if King, listen to me, chat. If King is for somewhat buffed, if Muscle Buster is not changed, then I don't know what to say. On the YouTube app, make sure you're liking the stream so you know it goes in that algorithm, man. Because right now there's like a lot of people there. There's like 519 people on the YouTube side of things. Appreciate you, big love, man. That's the first time I've hit that number on YouTube as well. So I appreciate you lot, man. Big love, like appreciate you. All right, new move is crouch dash 1+4, 1+3. Added a new throw that triggers tornado state. What? Added a new throw that triggers a tornado state. I know I didn't read that right. Okay, we'll try one more time. QCB 1+3. Added a new throw that triggers tornado state. This expands the attack routes that could be developed from throws, making it easier to make decisions based on the opponent's situation and positioning. All right, cool. During sidestep, 2+4, they're saying now able to use the move during Jaguar spin. Wait, now able to use the move during Jaguar spin. So you could just evade moves. Say, for example, if I wanted to attack, you could just evade. I don't know what is going on. 3-2-2, 3-2-2 hold. Hitbox around the main body on the first hit has been expanded to alleviate issues of whiffing at close range. Enhanced the tracking of mid-air hit of the second hit, reducing instances where the third hit would whiff. Forward 2+3, adjusted the opponent's behavior on block and changed the frame advantage on block from -9 to -5. Oh my goodness. Down forward 2, reduce the hitbox to make it less likely to hit opponents sidestepping to the right. Down forward 3, adjusted the tracking performance to make it more likely to hit opponents sidestepping to the right. Up forward 2, change the damage from 35 to 40 damage. During sidestep 2, the behavior of the opponent on hit has changed. During standing heel hold 1, 2, 1+2. During standing heel 2, 1, 1+3. During standing heel hold 1+2, 1, 3. The recoverable damage taken when the throw was broken was removed. Alright, Cartel the Devil, appreciate the sub, man. Thank you very much, man.
We gonna need a new game, brother. This patch ain't changing anything.
Bro, wait 1 second. Nah, appreciate that, man. Thank you. Enjoy the emails, enjoy the streams, man. Listen. So they didn't change Muscle Buster, the muscle armor thing. Approach airborne opponent throw. An issue where the opponent hurtbox became smaller when a tornado was triggered when compared to those ensuing from a strike has been fixed. Alright, what's his new move? So his new move is during heat, down back 4 on hit 1. That's his hell sweep, right? A follow-up move that could be used only during heat, triggered on hit from down back 4, has been added. Kuma can now take advantage of floor break gimmicks, or Panda could utilize wall break gimmicks. However, because the time of consumption is great, careful consideration of stage position is required when using this option. The game's gone, man. The game is gone. This is mental. This is mental. This is mental. So, all right. So Kuma has spinning Kuma uppercut, and Panda has spinning Panda flight. Okay. So during heat, down forward 2+3 hold. The opponent's recovery time when blocking has been reduced by 4 frames. And the advantage on block has been changed from +9 to +5. The distance from the opponent on block has been reduced. Yeah, that's cool. 3+4 added more forward movement when transitioning into hunting. Up 1+2, the opponent's recovery time was reduced by 4 frames, changing the frame of disadvantage on block from -4 to -8. And from -3 to -7 when transitioning into hunting. The opponent's recovery was increased by 3 frames, changing the opponent's frame advantage on hit from +3 to +6. And from +4 to +7 when transitioning into hunting. That behavior of the opponent on counter has been changed. QCF to the behavior of the opponent on hit has been changed. During rage, down 1+2, down for 1+2. An issue was fixed where follow-up inputs could not be buffered after the move on hit. During heat, up forward 3+4, adjusted the collision detection to mitigate the issue of swapping positions with the opponent in certain situations. During hunting, 1+2, expanded the hurt box, alleviated situations where certain attacks would whiff. An issue was fixed here where when the move hits the wall, the opponent would collide with the wall and enter unintended behavior. During hunting 3+4, the hitbox has been expanded downward, alleviating instances where the attack would miss in certain situations. During bear roll 3, the hitbox has been expanded, alleviating instances where the attack would miss in certain situations. Okay. All right, we're getting closer and closer to Leroy, so I'm kind of like, oh, we got Lars. Oh, no. Let's see what Lars has. Okay, so Lars has a new move, which is this new move. It allows the opponent that allows the second hit of up forward 1 down to be cancelled, enabling the transition into a limited entry when up forward 1 on hit down is performed. The move is characterized by its ability to effectively suppress the opponent's lateral movement, making it easier to expand Lars options by switching actions according to the situation. So Lars up forward 1, up forward 1 back, up forward 1 during hit down. It's called alternating current. His 10-hit combo, they've changed the input for it. Down to the opponent, the behavior of the opponent counter is changed. Back to 3, adjusted the tracker performance to make the move likely to hit opponent sidestepping to the left. The input window for the second hit was extended by 10 frames, allowing the attack to be delayed. Okay, running 1, change the opponent's behavior on aerial hit. Okay, hopefully it doesn't do strong aerial spin. During dynamic entry 1+2, adjusted the opponent's behavior on hit, adjusted the opponent's behavior on block, and then changed the frame of advantage on block from -10 to -1. Now deals chip damage on block, change the damage from 20 to 24. During silent entry 1, the opponent's recovery time when blocking has been reduced by 3 frames. The advantage on block has been changed from -6 to -9. The distance from opponent on block has been reduced. During silent entry 2, the behavior of opponent on counter hit has been changed. Adjusted the collision detection to mitigate the issue swapping positions when the opponent with opponent inside situations. Full 1+2. An issue was fixed where full 1+2 would incorrectly result in running 1+1 when the input full 1+2 was performed. Full 1+4. An issue was sorry about that. Sorry, let me get that again. Full 1+4. An issue was fixed where full 1+4 would incorrectly result to running 1 when the input full 1+4 was performed. The collision detection with the opponent has been adjusted to mitigate the issue of the opponent punishments whiffing after this move was blocked. During silent entry 1+2, expanded the hurt box, alleviating situations where certain attacks would whiff. During silent entry 3+4 does the same. Yeah. I don't know if that's a buff or enough. You'd have to go to Shaiko play stream and ask him. I have no idea. All right, Law has a new move which is up back 1+2. It's a new high attack with homing properties was included. He's got a new homing move, making it easier to continue offense when blocked. As it can also be performed from a crouching state, it serves a versatile option of initiating pressure in a wide variety of situations. Brother, I don't know how much more of this patch note I can take. Law, back-facing opponent. Oh, he could do it from back turn. Oh, he has a back turn game now. Anyways, yeah, he's got a new move. Back 1+2. The distance from opponent on block has been reduced. During heat, he no longer has wall splat. His heat smash don't have wall splat. 1+2. The distance from the opponent block has been reduced. Reduce the amount of heat time and recovery on hit by 60 to 30. Huh? But it's a safe launcher. What are you doing? Oh my. So this character can throw out the nunchuckers, and if it hits you, it reduces the heat timer. Alright, man. Down forward 1, 2, and up forward 2. Reduce the amount of heat timer recovery on hit by 60 to 30 frames. Down 1, 4. I think they mean down 2, 4. Down 1, 3. Change of startup of the first hit from 21 to 22 frames to 19 to 20 frames. Adjusted opponent's behavior on counter hit of the second hit to unified it with the behavior of normal hit. During Dragon Charge 1, opponent's recovery time when blocking has been increased by 4 frames and advantage on block has been changed from -1 to +3. That's not right. That's not okay. What? This. They've changed it to +3. That's not right. That's not okay. Why would they do that? During Dragon Charge, forward 1, the startup attack was changed from 40 to 50 to 30 to 40, but only when perfect input is successfully executed. The distance between lower the opponent or block was increased, but only when the perfect input timing is successfully executed. What's going on there, Richie? I'm alright. How you doing, bud? During Dragon Charge forward 3, the distance between lower the opponent or block was increased, but only when the perfect input timing is successfully executed. So this move is still safe. This move should not be safe. This move should not be safe. Back 3, back 4. The hitbox has been expanded downward, alleviated instances of whiffing on certain moves. During Dragon Charge forward 1, during Dragon Charge forward 3, during Dragon Charge forward 4, the timing at which the perfect input is accepted was made 1 frame earlier, unifying the timing of which the move comes out. There is no way. There is no way Law got that. Why would you buff Law? Why would you buff Law? Why would you buff Law? All right, Lee. So Lee has a new move, which is while crouching forward, down, forward, down, forward, 3-4. It was a change so that the move can now be transitioned into hit afterward, after Hitman afterward. As a result, this now serves as a new option for entering Hitman, making it easier to initiate offense from crouch state. I score about 5 for the raid. Appreciate it, man. Okay, so while rising, 1 for perfect input. Add a new move, Wonderful Combo Cardinal. Okay, okay, cool. Perfect input. While crouching, so the slide input, you can now go into Hitman. During misstep, 3+4, it now transition into Hitman. Forward 2-1 can now use the move during Hitman forward 2-1. Heat Smash, reduce the distance between opponent block for the first hit, change the startup of the third hit by 25 to 26 to 25 frames, expanded the downward hitbox of the third hit. During heat, down forward 3+4, remove the homing property, making it possible to evade sidesteps. Adjusted the tracking performance to make it more likely to hit the opponent's sidestepping to the left. Opponent's recovery time when blocking has been increased by 2 frames. The advantage on block has been changed from 0 to +2. During heat down 1+2, the startup of the attack has been changed from 18 to 90 frames to 18 frames. Adjusted the tracking performance to make it more likely to hit opponents sidestepping to the right. The opponent recovery time when blocking has been reduced by 2 frames, and the advantage on block has been changed from +6 to +4. Forward 2 neutral has been changed so that the transition into misstep is now possible during heat and block. I like Tekken people low-key doomers, but I'm new, so I don't know. Sounds nice. Maybe do your research about what's happening, bro. That's to Rain M 2001 in the chat. Lee, during Hitman 1+2, the transition into Hitman was changed to during Hitman 1+2, 3+4. The recovery time when transitioning into Hitman was reduced by 2 frames, changing the frame advantage on block from -5 to -3. The advantage on hit has been changed from +6 to +8. Adjusted opponent's behavior when the second hit connects after a counter hit on the first hit, unifying it with behavior on hit. Unifying it with the behavior on normal hit. Sorry. During Hitman down up, change so that so that move can now be cancelled into crouch state with down back. 1-3-3-3, just the frame input. The opponent's behavior on side hits and back hits was corrected, as there were cases where the move would fail to connect consistently under certain conditions. Down forward 3-2-3. The opponent's behavior was corrected because in certain situations, performing a heat dash on airborne hit allowed unintended follow-up attacks to become possible. Down 3. The attacker hitbox has been reduced to mitigate the unintended occurrence of hitting opponents who are behind you. During Hitman 1, the hitbox has been expanded downward, alleviating instances whiffing on certain moves. During Hitman, an issue was fixed where striker attacks could not be performed when transitioning into Hitman if movement inputs had been buffered beforehand. All right, now I guess the next one's Leroy. Now I'm kind of worried. No, it's Leo. Okay, Leo then Leroy. Oh my gosh, I'm worried. I'm so worried. All right, so Leo has a new move. Leo's new move is during Bofu 1-2 on hit 1+2. A new feature was added which during Fobu 1-2 on hit 1+2 guarantees lightning glare on hit. And since lightning glare can now be gained simultaneously with triggering tornado, it is now easier to construct combo routes and tactical options incorporating it. Jeez, loaf, wheeze. I don't know, man. So Fobu is Bok. Yeah. Okay, cool. Heat Smash adjusted so that opponent's behavior so that it no longer triggers Wall Splat. 1+2, which is I think it's the Power Crush. The start up attack has been changed from 25 to 22 frames. When absorbing the attack, the hitbox was expanded downward, upward to reduce instances where certain attacks would cause unintended whiffs. Expanded the hurt box, alleviating situations where certain attacks would whiff. Now deals chip damage so down 2 and 4-4-2 now deals chip damage on block. I played Leo at the end and Leo don't need that. I'll tell you for free. Down forward 2+3. The distance from the opponent on counter hit has been increased. An instance issue was fixed where performing this move outside of a sidestep, the move would sometimes come out later than expected. While rising 1-4-1, increased the distance from the opponent on a down hit with the first hit. While rising for 1+2, extended the input window for the second hit by 3 frames. So you can delay. Because they've increased the distance. Oh, increased the distance. No, they've increased. Yeah. What? Why would they? No, they have extended the input window. Yes, you can delay. While rising 1+2, the behavior of opponent on hit has changed. During sidestep 1+2, the behavior of the opponent on counter has changed. Changed the damage from 30 to 25 damage. During Jinbu 1, decreased the forward movement and extended the reach, expanding the hurt box, alleviating situations where certain attacks would whiff. During Jinbu 2-1. I don't know what 2-1 is. I think it's I don't know what 2-1 is. Modify the opponent's reaction on counter hit for the second hit to improve follow-up opportunities. During Jinju Li 1-2, the opponent's behavior on hit has been altered to induce wall stun. During Bok 1-2, the opponent's behavior on hit of the second hit has been changed. Timed attack with up forward 1 after Bail Zo succeeds 4. Change the damage from 22 to 30. What? Okay. Leo, forward 4, adjusted the collision detection with the opponent, making it more difficult to slip under the floating opponent by extending the collision upward. Back 2, the hitbox has been expanded downward, alleviating instances whipping against opponents with low stances. During Bok 2, 1+2, to mitigate cases where the positional relationship between Leo and the opponent would become different than intended when the move was used near the wall. The tracking was strengthened, but only when the opponent is in a wall hit state. All right. Yeah, I don't know why they buff Leo. I couldn't even tell you at this point. I don't know why they buff Leo. All right, we're on Leroy. All right, Leroy. I'm going to read the summary part because obviously this is my character, so it makes sense. Leroy is characterized by close range combat built around his hermit stance and various reversal techniques. In version 3.0, his offensive options during hermit were streamlined, with adjustments made to help him apply pressure more effectively in close range situations. New move during hermit back 1+2 was made usable during hermit as well. It now serves as an option that can yield higher reward when opponent actions are correctly anticipated. Its performance enhanced during heat makes it easier for offensive pressure during the wall. I thought about that as well. Okay, back 1+2 during heat 1 back 2 can now be used during hermit back 1+2. 4-2-3-4 adjusted the tracking performance, making it more likely to hit opponents sidestepping to the left. Expanded the downward hitbox on the first hit, modified the opponent's reaction to the counter hit for the third hit to improve follow-up opportunities. Down forward 3-1-1+2, changed so that all three hits will now connect as a natural combo when the first hit scores a counter hit. You didn't ask for that. What are you doing? Increase the recovery time on whiff of the second hit by 3 frames. Decrease the opponent's recovery time on block of the third hit by 1 frame and change the frame advantage on block to -30 to -14. We didn't need that, man. Down 3-2, change the damage from 8-8 to 8-11. So, you give him more. Okay. Yeah, that's cool. I think it needed more damage, to be fair. During Hermit 2-3, decrease the opponent's recovery time on block by 4 frames and change the frame advantage on block from -6 to -2. The behavior on the opponent on the hit of the second hit has been changed. All 1+2. The hitbox has expanded downward, alleviate instances where the attack would miss a certain situation. Down back 3, alleviated an issue where the positional relationship with the opponent becomes different than intended when used near the wall. Up 4-2, the hitbox has expanded downward, alleviating instances of whiffing certain moves. What? Oh. I'm trying to understand what's going on here. We didn't get anything. We didn't get a new move. We got a move into a stance. All right. I guess next season, ladies and gentlemen, for Leroy. Hold Edge, what's going on, man? How you doing? All right. So Lidia. So Lydia's another one of my characters. It is now possible to perform. So she has a new move during Horse 2+3. It is now possible to perform Heat Burst and Effortless Blizzard from Horse Stance. As a result, a new offensive routes are now available in both rounded situation and air combos. And the move has now been adjusted to function more flexibly as an option that can be according to the situation during heat. What? Lydia, oh my goodness. All right, so Lydia, Horse Stance 4-3+4. Heat Burst can now be performed from during Horse Stance, during Heat, and during Horse Stance 2+3 can now be performed, Effortless Blizzard. Okay, during Heat 1+2, adjusted the collision detection with the opponent to make it easier to hit, expanded the attack hitbox downward. Forward 3-2, down back 1+2, 2, QCF 1+2, 2. Damage of the second hit has been decreased from 22 to 20. Cool. Back 3-4, 1+2, QCF 2-2, 1+2. Unify the opponent's behavior on mid-air hit with the powered up version. QCF 2, change the damage from 14 to 2. Cool. QCF times 2, 2. Change the damage from 18 to 15. QCF 4, change the damage from 27 to 21. I agree, because that moved down a lot of damage. During Horse Stance, change the damage. During Horse Stance 1+2, change the move to power up based. No. No. Let me read that again. Change the move to power up based on heaven and earth level. Only when heaven and earth level is at level 3, the opponent's behavior on hit was changed. On heaven and earth level was adjusted to decrease by 1. Okay. During cat stance 4. The change of damage to increase according to the heaven and earth level. During cat stance 4, 3+4. The opponent's behavior on block has been changed so that the first and second hits now form a true block string. Increase the recovery time on block by 4 frames. Change the frame advantage on block from -14 to -18. Reduce the input window for the second hit by 1 frame. Only when in Heaven and Earth level 3, the second hit was changed to connect as a natural combo. And Heaven and Earth level was adjusted to decrease by one frame. During Stalking Wolf 1, change the chip damage from 9 to 7. During Stalking Wolf 1 hold, change the chip damage from 17 to 13. While at Heaven and Earth level 3, approach airborne opponent, 4 forward, 4 free. Heaven and Earth level was adjusted to decrease by 1 on hit. Oh, you decrease a level. I've been reading this wrong. Okay, you decrease a level. Okay. While at Heaven and Earth level 3, approach opponent up forward 1+2. Remove the property that eliminates the opponent's recoverable gauge. While at Heaven and Earth level 3, dial back 3. Counter hit. Remove the property that eliminates the opponent's recoverable gauge. Okay. So they have done some stuff. During heat, the heat smash expanded the opponent's hurt box to hit of the third hit. Reduces instances where the fourth hit would whiff. Adjusted the collision detection to mitigate the issue where swapping the positions with the opponent on certain situations. Only when the opponent is behind Lidia, the hitbox of the fourth hit was reduced to mitigate cases where the attack would unintentionally connect against opponent's position behind her. During heat 1+2, running or 4-4-4-2. During heat, Stalking Wolf starts 1. Fixed an issue that led to transitioning into Heat of the Earth would occur by when holding back was input during balcony break. Forward 1+2, free 1+2. I don't know what that is. Oh, political storm. Adjusted the collision detection with the opponent to make it easier to hit. Down 3. Fixed the issue where the tracking differed by inputting down 3+4, running 1, adjust the collision detection to mitigate the issue of swapping positions with the opponent in certain situations. While crouching down forward 2, the hitbox is expanded downward, alleviating instances whiffing certain moves. During horse 3+4, the opponent's behavior on airborne hit was corrected because they would rotate in the opposite direction of the attack. During Heaven and Earth 1, an issue was fixed where chip damage on block. When absorbing the attack was not as intended. Timed with opponent punch back 1+3 or back 2+4. Fixed an issue where the opponent's attack could still hit even where the reversal technique successfully activated. Okay, so she has she will lose her activation depending on what level she's at. Which, yeah, I don't know about that, man. Okay, Lili. Forward, let me see the new move. So Lili's forward 1+2 back or down forward 4 back. On counter of forward 1+2 back can now follow up with back facing opponent 1-4 and it will connect as a guaranteed follow up. Once down forward 4-4 back can now transition into a back turn state. The range of punish options has been expanded. With the addition of these moves, it has become easier to transition into back turn state during neutral. Okay, back forward 1+2 back can now transition into back turn. Down forward 4-4. Back is now transition into back turn. Up forward 1. The behavior of the opponent on hit has changed. Changed the damage from 20 to 17. While crouching down forward 1. Now deals with chip damage on block. Back face of the opponent 1-4. Adjusted the opponent's behavior on block and change the frame of right on block from -5 to -1. Why would you do that? 3+4, the tracking was adjusted to reduce cases where the move would come out in the opposite direction. Down 1-2, enhance the tracking only to hit the first hit of the first hit, reducing instances of the second hit to whiff. Down 2-2, fix an issue where by performing specific inputs, moves that were not intended to be executable could be performed. Is that it for Lili? Yeah. Okay, so Miary Zo. New move, up back 1. A new move that switches positions on hit. By alternating its use with up forward 1, it is now easier to adjust neutral or switch strategies according to the situation. Up back 1 is called Federana Avi Eni Avarata. I hope I'm not butchering the name. I don't know how to say it, so I apologize. Down forward 1-4, down back 2-4, up forward 4. Dream Merengue Miraso 1-4. Adjusted the opponent's behavior on downward hit. Up forward 3+4, change the opponent's behavior on aerial hit. Dream Merengue Miraso 2. The startup attack has been changed from 15 to 16 to 15 to 17. Dream Merengue Miraso 1+2. The behavior of the opponent on hit has been changed. Forward 4, 2 or forward 4 up 2. Fix the issue where certain situations, follow-up attacks would fail to connect when the move hit near the wall. Back 1-4. Enhance the tracking on the first hit when it connects or is blocked. Reduce the instances where the second hit would whiff. Dream Merengue Miraso 1-2. Reduce the hitbox only when the opponent is behind. Reducing instances where the attack would unintentionally hit opponents behind you. Dream Bawa Bab Mihara. Reduce the distance between the characters on hit of the first hit. Reduce the instances where the second hit would whiff. Approach opponent up forward 1+2. Fix the issue where the character would be treated as the back turned if they were struck immediately after the throw was broken. The recovery time of both characters was increased by 7 frames. Man, okay. All right, new move with Nina while crouching down forward 2. A new move, fast starting move that removes the opponent's recoverable health on hit. Oh my goodness. Since it can also be performed with down forward, it functions as a mid option from standing and can be selected flexibly depending on the situation. So the new move is called Sadistic Cupid. So it's down while crouching down forward 2 or down forward T. While rising 1-4, change that so that while rising 1-4 down or while rising 1-4 up, the second hit can now be cancelled into a sidestep. Okay, Nina 4-4. The character now turns towards the opponent on counter hit. Decrease the recovery time by 1 frame and change the frame advantage on block from -8 to -7 on hit, +3 to +4. Note, as a result of this change, airborne combos are now easier to convert into a counter hit when a counter hit occurs. Yo, thank you very much for the raid, man. Appreciate you, man. Down forward 1-2, change the opponent's behavior on counter hit for the second hit to match the of normal hit. Down forward 3+4, the behavior of the opponent on counter hit has been changed. Back 2-2-2, the damage on the second hit has been decreased from 60 to 12 frames. Modify the opponent's modify the opponent's reaction on counter hit for the third hit to improve follow-up opportunities. 4-4-2 now deals chip damage on block. The tracking was strengthened on hit, reducing cases where follow-ups attacks would whiff after transitioning into ducking step. 1-2-1, 1+2, back 3+4, 1+2, while rising 1, 1+2. Reduce the hitbox only when the opponent is behind, reducing instances where the attack would unintentionally hit opponents behind you. Running free, the attack hitbox has been reduced to mitigate the unintended occurrence of hitting opponents behind you while rising 1. Adjusted the collision detection to mitigate the issue of swapping positions with the opponent in certain situations. During duck step forward 2, expanded the hurt box, alleviating situations where certain attacks would whiff. During duck step forward 3, adjusted the collision detection with the opponent to make it more difficult to slip under the floating opponent by extending the collision down upward. So did they not whiff the guns where she does the 33 bar static punish with the bam? They didn't change that. Oh my lord, they didn't. All right, man. Okay, All Phoenix. 4-3-2 was added with the property of knocking the opponent back on block, reducing distance. This trait makes it easier to transition into wall pressure situations. Why does he need that? Wait. Why does he need that? During Heat 4-4-2, 1+2, the distance between the player and the opponent on block was increased. The consumption of Heat has been changed from -300 to -200 frames. Extended the input window for the second hit by 1 frame. 4-3-1. What's 4-3? Oh, the kick elbow. Increased the recovery time of the first hit by 2 frames and changed the frame advantage on hit by +2 to 0. Decreased the opponent's recovery time on block of the first hit by 3 frames and changed the frame advantage on block from -9 to -14. Reduced the distance to the opponent on block for the first attack. Decreased the opponent's recovery time on block of the second hit by 3 frames and changed the frame advantage on block from -10 to -13. 4-4-2-1, perfect input. While crouching down forward 2-1, perfect input. The distance between the player and opponent on block has been increased. The opponent recovery time when blocking has been increased by 3 frames. The advantage on block has been decreased from -4 to -5. Forward 2. The distance between the player and an opponent on block has been decreased. While rising 3-2, the distance between the player and opponent on block has been increased. The opponent recovery time when blocking has been increased by 2 frames. The advantage on block has been changed from -9 to -7. The hitbox around the main body of the second hit has been expanded to alleviate issues of whiffing at close range. During deep dive, down forward 2-1, now does chip damage on block. During sway 1, expanded the hitbox only against opponents who are downed. Behavior on opponent on hit has been changed. Heat Smash adjusted the collision detection to mitigate the issue of swapping positions when the opponent in certain situations. 4-4-3-4-3 increased the distance from the opponent on downward hit for the first hit. All right, Raven. New move during Soul Zone 3+4. A new launcher usable during Soul Zone was added. Although the move has a slow start, its warp property makes it easier to transition into mind games even after during Shadow Sprint 1 is blocked. During Soul Zone 3+4, added new move. Time with opponent's attack back 1+3. Time with opponent's back 2+4. You can now use the move with during Soul Zone time with opponent's attack 1+3 and 2+4. Down forward 1-4. Down back 2-1-1. Back 2-4-2. During while rising 3-2. Back facing opponent 2-2-1. Back facing opponent forward 2-4-2. During Shadow Spirit 1-2. During Shadow Spirit 3-2. During during Soul Zone 3-2. During Soul Zone 1-4. Reduce the amount of heat time and recovery on hit by 60 frames from 60 frames to 30 frames. Back 1. The opponent's behavior on hit has now changed so that a follow-up attacks is now available. Up forward 3+4. Decrease the recovery time by 3 frames. Change the frame advantage on block from -16 to -13. With this change, air combos are now possible on hit. Back facing opponent down 2. The behavior of the opponent on counter hit has changed. During Shadow Sprint 1, the behavior of the opponent on counter hit has changed. Decrease the recovery time by 5 frames. Change the frame advantage on hit from +4 to +9. The opponent's recovery time when blocking has been reduced by 2 frames, and the advantage on block has been changed from -9 to -6. When transitioned into Soul Zone, the frame advantage was changed from 0 to -2. As a result of this change, during Shadow Sprint 1-2, no longer formed a true blockage string. Okay. During Shadow Sprint 1+2, the opponent's recovery time when blocking has been reduced by 2 frames. The advantage on block has been changed from +2 to 0. During Soul Zone 1, the behavior on opponent on counter has been changed. 3-3-4, the attack hitbox has been reduced to mitigate unintended occurrence of hitting opponents who are behind you. 4-4-3, expanded downward hitbox only when the opponent is standing or crouching, reducing instances where the attack would whiff against certain moves. Back facing opponent 4-4-3+4. The hitbox around the main body has been expanded to alleviate its issues of whiffing at close range. Expanded the hurt box, alleviating its situations where certain attacks would whiff. Let me drink a little bit of my last bit of Lucozade. I did a little bit of energy. I'm dying. But thank you lot very much for rocking me. I appreciate it, man. Okay. Reina. During Unsoku 2, a new high attack with Hwoarang properties was added for use during Unsoku. On counter hit, down forward 1-2 will connect as a guaranteed follow-up, allowing Reina to transition into heat. As a result, the range of options available after entering Unsoku has been broadened, making it easier to respond to the opponent's actions. So during Unsoku 2, is add a new move, Stone Cutter 1-1-2. The recovery time when transitioning into Sentai has been reduced by 18 frames. Okay, 2-2-2. The opponent's recovery time when blocking has been reduced by 2 frames, and the advantage on block has been changed from -4 to -6. The timing at which an action can be performed after transitioning into Heaven's Wrath was shortened by 4 frames. The window of parrying high mid attacks when transitioning into Heaven's Wrath during heat was changed from 40 to 59 frames to 29 to 55 frames. Forward 3+4 hold reduced the track-in down to the opponent's behavior. The behavior of the opponent counter hit has been changed. Down back to adjusted the opponent's behavior when second hit connects after a counter hit and changed their frame advantage on hit from -3 to +3. During Sentai 2, the opponent's recovery time when blocking has been reduced by 2 frames, and the advantage on block has been changed from -4 to -6. The window for parrying high mid attacks when transitioning into Heaven's Wrath during heat was changed from 42 to 55 frames to 31 to 55 frames. During Heaven's Wrath 1 forward, the recovery time when transitioning into Sentai was reduced by 16 frames. During heat down 1+2, adjusted the collision detection to mitigate the issue of swapping positions with the opponent in certain situations. Back 1+2, pushback when absorbing the opponent's attack was adjusted, reducing cases where the move would unintentionally whiff. Yeah. All right, Shaheen. Okay, so a new single mid attack that triggers Tornado has been added. As a result, it has become easier to aim for Tornado even in sudden situations. In addition, because the move is difficult to punish or block, they gave a single Tornado move that's difficult to punish or block. It has been easy to use in grounded situations. Okay. 3+4 is called Wheel Spin. So that's the new move. During heat 1+4 1+2 or during heat 4 1+2, the input is changed during heat 4 1+2. Down forward 3+4 can now be performed while crouching down forward 3+4. While crouching down forward 2 can now be performed with during stealth step down forward 2, reduce recovery by 1 frame on hit. During heat down hold input up 2, the start up attack has been changed from 80 frames to 70 frames. Expanded the attack hitbox downward, adjusted collision detection to mitigate issues swapping positions with the opponent with certain attacks. The same move which isn't in heat, you've done the same thing, expanded the attack hitbox downward, adjusted collision detection, and they changed the damage from 30 to 35 frames. 30 to 35 damage. 1-2-4 adjusted the opponent's behavior on downward hit. So I guess this flips over. It says 1-2 kick, that's probably gonna flip you over now. Down forward, the distance between the opponent on block has been reduced. Back forward, they adjusted the collision detection with the opponent to make it easier on hit. Running 2, the behavior on opponent on hit has been changed. During self-step down forward 1-2, extended the input window for the second hit by 3 frames. An issue was fixed where when certain reversal techniques succeeded against this move, the recovery time for the player character became shorter than intended. Forward 3+4 floor break will now occur with a final hit of the move. While rising 2, reduce the hitbox when the opponent is behind you, reducing instances where the attack would unintentionally hit opponents behind you. Unify the opponent's behavior on side and back hit with that on front. While crouching forward, down, forward 3. An issue was fixed where in certain situations on airborne hit, the move would incorrectly transition into stealth step, even though it was not intended to activate. During sidestep 1+2, the hitbox has been expanded downward, alleviating issues where the attack would miss in certain situations. During self-step 4, again, adjusted the collision detection to mitigate the issue of swapping positions with the opponent in certain situations. Now, Steve. Steve has a new move during duck 1+2, during duck left 1+2, during duck right 1+2. This is a new move usable from ducking. The follow-up attacks are possible on counter hit. Near the wall, it triggers wall splat, making it easier to create a close range offensive situation and integrate stance transitions into Steve's neutral game. Review on Lionheart's stance options. New moves and follow-ups were added to Lionheart. Oh. Hey. Bruv, what is this patch, man? I'm getting annoyed, man. Making it easier to create sequences that include transitions into quick spin. As a result, the range of mind game options has expanded by allowing stance-based follow-ups to be selected according to the situation. During ducking left 1+2, during ducking right 1+2, it added Nemesis hook. During peekaboo down 2, changed so that peekaboo down 2, down back can now be used to crouch into crouching state. Okay. Down back 1+2. Change the distance, change the behavior. Sorry, I'm a bit sick, so you're gonna have to bear with me a little bit. Okay, let me go again. Down back 1+2, the behavior of the opponent on hit has been changed. Increase both characters' recovery time on block by 3 frames. No change in frame advantage. Expanded the hitbox when absorbing the opponent's attack. Reduce the instances where the move would whiff in certain situations. Dream Flicker starts 1-1. Change the opponent's behavior on block so that the first and second hits no longer result to a continuous block. Dream Flicker starts 1 down 1. Change the opponent's behavior on block so that the first and second hits no longer result to a continuous block. Lionheart up back 3 can now perform quick spin. During her Lionheart 3+4 can now perform quick spin. During a Lionheart up forward 1+2 can now perform leg hook throw. During 2-faced 1, during 2-faced 2, an issue is fixed where throw breaks could fail to occur when on counter hit. 2-1. The tracking ability on the second hit has been enhanced on hit or block of the first attack. 1+2. Weaken the tracker of the second hit only when the first hit whiffs, reducing instances where it would start tracking the opponent partway through. Enhance the hitbox of the second hit only when the first hit connects or is blocked, reducing instances where the second hit would whiff. Up back 2. The tracker was adjusted to reduce cases where the move would come out in the opposite direction of the opponent. Up forward 3-2. Fix the issue where the second hit would sometimes fail to connect depending on the timing of the input. 2CF1. The attack of the hitbox has been reduced to mitigate unintended occurrence in hitting opponents who are behind you. Okay. So from the sound of things, that flicker thing, you know when he does that, yeah, so it doesn't gel anymore. Cool. Now, Victor. Victor is a character who excels in overwhelming opponents through using stances such as EI stance and Perfumer. In version 3, adjustments were made to primarily expand his offensive options, including those connected to these stances. Along with the addition, a new technique, the frame data of several key moves was also reviewed and refined. So he has a new move, Up Back 2. Up Back 2 is Victor's first hold-enabled technique. Hold. When held, it becomes a mid-attack that allows Victor to act before the opponent, even if the move is blocked. Additionally, when a move makes contact, inputting Up Back 2 forward transitions into Perfumer, allowing this technique to serve as a starting point for expanding Victor's offensive pressure. This patch is making me sick, man. Oh my goodness. I swear down it came out of nowhere. I swear down it came out of nowhere. Okay. Up back 2 hold, Up Back 2 forward is Fancy Cut. That's what it's called. 1+2, increase the opponent's recovery time on hit by 2 frames and change the frame advantage on block. Change the frame advantage on hit to +2 to +4. The distance from the opponent on hit has been reduced. I don't know why they did that. Back 4, increase the opponent's recovery time on hit by 1 frame and change the frame advantage on hit by +13 to +14. Up forward 1-1 down, up forward 1-1 3+4. Change the timing. The timing for transitioning to EI was made 1 frame faster, and the advantage on block was changed from -10 to -9. While the frame advantage on hit was changed from +3 to +4. During EI1, decrease the recovery time by 3 frames and change the frame advantage on block from -12 to -9. And on hit, +1 to +4. During EI 1-1 down or 1-1 3+4, the timing for transitioning into EI stance was made 2 frames faster, and the frame advantage on block was changed from -11 to -9, while frame advantage on hit was changed from +2 to +4. During EI stance 4, decrease the recovery time by 1 frame and change the frame advantage on block from -13 to -12, on hit from +3 to +4, on count, and on counter hit from +8 to +9. During EI down 1, change the opponent's recovery time when blocking has been increased by 2 frames, and advantage on block has been changed from -2 to 0. The distance between the player and the opponent the distance between the player and the opponent on block has been increased. Sorry, this has been a long patch note, so sorry. Back 3. The attack hitbox has been reduced to mitigate the unintended occurrence of hitting opponents behind you. This hitbox has been expanded downward, alleviating instances of whiffing for certain moves. While rising 1+2, the behavior of the opponent on down hit of the first hit has been increased. This adjustment was made because unintended combos could occur against certain characters when the move hit an opponent. Sorry, let me read that again. That was an L reader there. Sorry, my bad. The behavior of the opponent on down hit of the first hit has been changed. This adjustment was made because unintended combos could occur against certain characters when the move hit an opponent who was on the ground. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I need to check all the new moves as well. That's another thing. So I think it's Xiaoyu, Yoshimitsu, and Zafina. I think that's it. Okay, so Xiaoyu's new move is backface the opponent up forward 2. A new move that allows up forward 2 to be performed from a back-turned position. This makes it easier to create situations where Xiaoyu can act before opponent while back-turned, thereby expanding her range of options. Up back to you, now able to use the move with back-facing opponent up forward 2. Their hitbox has been expanded downward, alleviating instances of whiffing certain moves. While raising 3, now allows a transition into a crouch state while rising 3 down. Change the opponent's behavior on block, altering their state from crouching to standing. The distance between character and the opponent on block has been increased. Back 4, the opponent's recovery time when blocking has been increased by 2 frames, and the advantage of block has now changed from -11 to -9. Up back 3, expanded the attack hitbox downward. Sorry, that's it. Yeah, wait, where am I? Up back 3, sorry. 4-4-3, the opponent's behavior on counter hit has been adjusted so that the blocking is no longer possible during their recovery. The distance from the opponent on counter hit has been reduced. 4-4-4, expanded the attack hitbox downward. While crouching down forward 2-1, the opponent's behavior was changed so that their state shifts from standing to crouching. Okay. And the frame advantage on hit was adjusted from +3 to +5. So now you're crouching and you're +5. Oh my goodness. Back facing opponent 3+4. The behavior of the opponent on counter has been changed. During heat, forward 2-1-2. Only when the second hit lands, the tracking of the third hit has been improved to mitigate instances where it would whiff partway through. During heat, forward 1-2. The tracking capability of the second hit has been enhanced when landing the first hit, mitigating the occurrence of whiffing midway through. Running free, the collision detection for this attack has been expanded downwards to make it harder to jump over the opponent. Oh my goodness. I'm trying to understand here what's going on, chat. I'm really trying to understand. Because we're getting to the end of the patch, and I know you don't want to know what I'm thinking. So it's gonna get dark very, very quick. It's gonna get dark very, very quick. I can't lie to you. It's gonna get dark very, very quick. I don't know what to say. And we're near the end of the patch. Is the game set? We'll save it for the end. What's going on, Piglet? What's going on? We'll save it for the end. Yoshi has a new move, up forward 1+2. Now possible to transition from existing up forward 1 into Kinsho. As a result, it is now easier to aim for alternative developments against opponents who are expecting up forward 1-1, broadening Yoshimitsu's mind game option. Why would you broaden Yoshimitsu's mind game? I just don't understand. Oh my. I don't understand. Why would you broaden it? It doesn't make... Yoshi's already hard to do. Let me not complain, because I might get tagged. I might get saying that I'm complaining. I'm not going to complain. Up forward 1-1. Up forward 1+2. Now transition into Kinsho. Increase the recovery time on block of the second hit by 1 frame and change the frame advantage on block from -9 to -10. So that's cool. During Muto no Kiwami, down 1+2, it now transitions into Indian stance by holding down, and it now transitions into Manjin Dragonfly by holding up. Heat Smash adjusted opponent's behavior on hit so that it no longer triggers Wall Splat, fixing an issue where after transitioning into Manji Dragonfly, following the move on opponent's attack could hit Yoshimitsu as a grounded hit. 1-1 or during Muto no Kiwami, 1-1, the behavior on counter hit has been aligned to hit. The behavior on counter hit has been aligned with that of normal hits. 2-2, expanded the hitbox of the second hit attack downward, primarily stabilize behavior when used in aerial combos. Back 2-2, the opponent's behavior on side hits and back hits was corrected, as there were cases where the move would fail to connect consistently under certain situations. During sidestep 2, the hitbox has expanded downward, alleviating instances of whiffing for certain... Bro, why is my mouse like that? Whiffing on certain moves. Did I go past it? Yeah, sorry. Whiffing on certain moves. 3-2-1+2 adjusted the collision detection to mitigate issues of swapping positions with their opponent in certain situations. Forward 4, the hitbox has expanded downward, alleviating instances of whiffing for certain moves. Down forward 4, adjusted the collision detection to mitigate situations where certain attacks would whiff. Down 2-2-2, enhance the tracking of the first hit when opponent is airborne. Enhance the tracking of the second hit when the first hit connects on an airborne opponent. Expanded the hitbox of the second hit, reducing instances where it would whiff in certain situations. Enhance the tracking of the third hit when the second hit connects on an airborne opponent. Fixed an issue where the hitbox and pushback differed when inputting down 2-2 back compared to down 2-2. Down 3, the hitbox around the main body has been expanded to alleviate issues where Sorry. The hitbox around the main body has been expanded to alleviate issues of whiffing at close range. Down back 3. Increase distance of the opponent on a down hit. Back to 1+2. Fix an issue where the moves could not perform unless the input back to neutral 1+2 was entered. Running 3. Reduce the hitbox where the opponent is hit from behind, reducing instances where the attack would unintentionally hit opponents behind you. During Kinsho 3, expanded the hurt box, alleviating situations where certain attacks was with. During Kinsho 4 2, adjusted collision detection, mitigated the issue swapping positions with the opponent in certain situations. During Indian healing up 1+2, fixed the issue where the tracking behavior differed from that of 3 to 1+2. Adjusted the collision detection to mitigate the issue of swapping positions with the opponent in certain situations. During Muto no Kiwami 3+1+2, fix the issue where performing this move from a running state will result to unintended behavior. During Manji Dragonfly 4 1+2, the hitbox around his main body has been expanded to alleviate issues of whiffing at close range. Okay. Zafina's the last one. So Zafina has a new move which is up, forward, 3, down. New moves that allow transitions into mantis stances from up, forward, 3. Along with the addition of this move, the opponent's behavior on hit was revised so that the follow-up attacks can connect more easily. Now, up, forward, 3, down, now transition into mantis stance. The behavior of the opponent on hit has been changed. The hitbox has been expanded downward, alleviating instances of whiffing for certain moves. The attack hitbox has been reduced to mitigate the unintended occurrence of whiffing opponents who are behind you. During Scarecrow 3+4, you can now hold down. That goes into mantis stance. Forward 3 changes the opponent's behavior on hit, altering their state from crouching to standing. During Scarecrow stance 4, adjusted the time at which the move can absorb attacks, with Power Crush changing it from 8 frames to 7 frames. Down 3, expanded the hurt box, alleviating situations where certain attacks would whiff. Forward 3+4, down. Fixed an issue where the follow-up inputs could not be buffered after the move hit. And that's the patch notes, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if there's anything underneath this. Just thank you for your continued support on Tekken 8. Now, do you want the honest truth about how I feel about this patch note, or do you want the PG? That's what I need to ask you. Like, what do you want? Because I could be honest, or I could do the PG. I can do the, esports. Wait, let me put my esports hat on. Unfiltered? This patch note sucks. And I'm gonna be honest with you. It sucks. I personally believe that there's so much things that went unchanged. I even said many times, I said, Leroy's low-cane should be -15. Leroy didn't need the changes he needed. A lot of these characters didn't need the changes they needed. I honestly think that they just kind of why is Law untouched? Law is absolutely insane. Why is Bryan still so good? Why is bro, it sucks. I'm saying this as a point of view as someone that loves the game, right? Has my thing been updated? I don't even know if my thing's been updated now. But let's just check. But anyways, that's the patch notes. Let me know what you lot think in the comment section down below. I've got Street Fighter 6 around the corner anyway, and I know Alex has just come out today, so I will be checking him out at some point as well. But the patch notes for Season 3, this is super underwhelming. Maybe sucks is a horrible word to say, but for someone that's been waiting for a big change for a whole year, this for me just wasn't it. Sorry, Bandai. I'll still play your game, and I'll still be a fan. I'll still do content and stuff, but yeah, this isn't it, man. Yeah, I hope you lot enjoyed. Let me know what you lot think in the comment section down below and be on to the next video. Take it easy, everyone. Peace.